Hey, all right. What is up, folks? What's going on? It's your man Jay back with another video. I decided to go ahead and do Monday. Today's Monday, and I wanted to go ahead and kick out some live news real fast. But nonetheless, we're gonna keep this ball rolling here with some Monday smartphone news live. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your Monday. Let me do an audio check here. Yep, sounds good. So hopefully you can see this stream in 1080p. I'm testing out another. It actually should be 1080p at 60 frames per second. I'm testing out that new camera that I got, that new webcam. I did a comparison with my Logitech camera, and a lot of you guys said the Logitech didn't look as good as this camera. This camera is a pretty sharp camera, so you should be able to see this at 60 frames per second, 1080p. Just want to welcome you to a live version of Monday Smartphone News. We're going to go ahead and crack open these comments here and going to get to some news. There's lots of news. Audio check. Hopefully everything sounds good. Appreciate you guys coming in. Technical T. See you guys here. Let's pop this chat open. And hopefully you guys are enjoying your Monday and, enjoying that time at work. For those that are still in the workforce, hopefully you guys are, kicking back, being thankful that you have a job. There's a ton of people that want a job but can't get a job, or have some life troubles. So hopefully the stream is to your standards. Again, you should be able to see this in 1080p at 60 frames per second. And if you're just coming on, very quickly, I'll say it again. I am using the new. The camera is called Vitate or something like that. That's the brand. I don't know. It's some brand that I've never heard of, honestly. And they sent me this camera to review, and I've reviewed it. But now I want to go ahead and use it for a live stream. And so you tell me how the quality is on the live stream. Again, it should be 1080p at 60 frames per second. So hopefully it's looking really crispy. Again, my cam link for some reason doesn't work with my new camera, which is the SL3. So I'm forced to use a webcam, which webcams can be really good. I don't have a problem with webcams, but I want it to look really good, and the cam link is absolutely fantastic. But this new webcam, it's actually pretty. It looks solid through the viewfinder. And as I'm gonna look at a phone here, it looks pretty decent, man. I'm feeling it. So I can make adjustments. I can close the shutter on it. I can do a bunch of stuff with it. So let's get into a little bit of news here. Open up a window on this side over here. Let's get into some news. There is always a lot to discuss when it comes to technology and news and phones. And the latest leak that I've seen is, you won't believe it, the Galaxy Note. Someone was on a trip flying, and I'm sure you guys have seen this video already. I don't really care to share it again, but I know you guys have seen it. Someone videotaped a person actually using the Galaxy Note Plus, or the larger Galaxy Note, and it looks fantastic. I saw a tweet from Technically T saying, hey, he tweeted this earlier saying, hey, I'll probably just get the Galaxy Note 10 and go with it full force. That's a good thing, because the Galaxy Note devices are devices that, we can sleep on them all we want to, but they are absolutely fantastic. I've had every Galaxy Note, and I don't plan on changing that. It's a different look. I'm sure it's going to be like really, really boxy. You know what I'm saying? It's not my first choice for a design, like all the square corners. I wish that it would be different, but what can I do? The squareness that Samsung is doing here with this phone, we have to go with it. Either we buy it or we don't buy it. We have to choose. You know what I'm saying? So you choose what you like in a device, and you just go with it. Don't worry about what somebody else says about it. Personally, I feel like it's way too boxy, and I'm surprised that Samsung is using this particular design. Get my chat back here. And I'm surprised that Samsung is going with that type of design, that square design, because, phones now, I think for feeling better in your hand, the square phones don't feel better in your hand. They just don't feel that good in your hand, and there's nothing really you could do about that. And I prefer to have a phone that I'm going to be holding for a long time. I need to have something that's going to feel good in my hand. Like when it's in your hand, like pushing into your hand, you don't want that point in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Poking in your hand. So, Samsung is choosing to go with this particular design, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. They're gonna sell a boatload of these. You know what I'm saying? It's not a secret that they're gonna sell a whole bunch. But my concern is longevity with the comfort of the device. And that video that's out of the person actually using the device, the person has very small hands, and I don't know. I have big hands because I'm a bigger guy, right? But there are females that have big hands, and that's just what it is. But the phone itself looks huge in this person's hands. It's crazy, man, how this video of this person. But I know that the phone probably is not going to be too big. It might be the size of the Galaxy Note 9, if not smaller. But what do? You just look at the dimensions and you'll see for yourself. It's not a big phone. It's just all screen. But I got to say, it might catch a lot of hate, man. But that's just what it is. That phone is going to be fantastic. I don't foresee it any other way. Every Galaxy Note has been good along the lines of productivity and just performance. It's just been really, really good. And so I don't foresee Samsung messing that up. You see what I'm saying? So, the Galaxy Note leaked in full. Someone was on a flight. If you're just joining in, thanks for taking time out of your Monday. This is Monday Smartphone News Live. And I just wanted to, put it out there to you guys that I don't want to commit to doing live videos. I don't even want to tell you that I'm going to be doing live videos for news. I'm not even going to do that, but it's better this way, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot that I want to get across to you guys, and then sometimes I just don't have it in me to do it. I want to try something out here. I'm using OBS. I want to try something with OBS and see if I can get this to work. I want to put a video feed up. I have multiple cameras, but I want to put a source up on here, and I want to see if I could do it. I think it's gonna be really sweet, but I just gotta find it. I gotta see if I can find it and make this work. I could have done this prior to it, but I like this image up on it for the news. But I want to put a feed up for you guys if I could do it. I'm looking for my Monday Smartphone News feed, and I'm trying to find it. Anyway, Samsung is gonna stay in the news, and they're gonna always get the props that they deserve. People knock on Samsung, but I personally think that they are one of the few companies that take risks, like Sony. Sony takes a lot of risks, and they don't get credit for it. Like the 4K displays. I'm gonna get back to you guys' comments in a second, man. I got like 10 windows open here. Sony doesn't get. Everybody's just joining in. I see a lot of comments going. Everybody's saying hello. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your Monday. I know you're working. Some of you guys are working. Put me off to the side on your desk if you have that type of job, or just put me in your ear and put me down somewhere and just listen along as though you're listening to the radio. But Sony is another company that just doesn't get the respect that they deserve for innovation at times, and I think it's unfortunate that they don't get much props for that. There it is, Monday News. Boom. Just trying something new. They don't get the props that they deserve for bringing out things. Like some people complain about the 4K display. Oh, it's overkill. But honestly, folks, and it was a bust. It was, to me, the Sony Xperia 1 could have been the be all, kill all, say all. But unfortunately, my experience with that phone is just, it was jacked up. And I haven't given up on it. Somebody asked me, did you give up on it? I'm like, no, I didn't give up on it. I'm just a realist, man. I don't want to keep spending money on something, and I don't want to keep wasting my time. HTC, again, like you guys are talking about in the chat, HTC is another one that is just, they're killing it on innovation, but they don't get the props for it. You know what I'm saying? Like some companies just don't get the props for something being good. And there's not much you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about it. Companies just won't get the recognition. And I don't have anything personally against Apple. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, you see these companies that come out with stuff, and you see other companies come out with it, and you see the bigger brands or the more well-known brands, the ones that are willing to spend that money, they are the ones that get the recognition for it. Like Apple is a huge one for this. Apple will come out with something, and they obviously didn't bring it. They didn't innovate and bring it out. You know what I'm saying? But they get props for it. And it's a little frustrating at times, but what do you do? I don't have any stock with Apple. You know what I'm saying? I have stock with other companies, not Apple. And you know, it's unfortunate that Samsung as a company, when it comes to the Note line, one unfortunate thing is that they don't have anybody competing against them. And I want someone to compete against Samsung because I want a Galaxy Note competitor. And some of you guys might say, oh, well, why would you want that? Well,
if you manage a team, you have to try Monday.com. Monday.com.
That brings out better devices. Like, you know, competition drives the companies to do better. You know what I'm saying? It makes the companies do better. And if you don't think so, something's wrong. Like, why wouldn't you want? LG should have capitalized on the pen. You know, they should have capitalized on that. They didn't, though, folks. They chose to go in a whole nother direction, and they blew that. They blew it straight up and down. They blew their opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that Samsung, for the Note line, they get the recognition, but then they don't get. It doesn't. And this could just be the way Samsung is marketing this device. Companies now really are almost afraid to compete against Samsung when it comes to the Galaxy Note line. It's like, I don't know what it's about. The company that I would think would have a good chance at doing a Samsung Galaxy Note competitor would have been LG, but they kind of backed out on it. You know what I'm saying? They backed out on it, and, you know, who is Samsung's biggest competitor for the Galaxy Note line? I see some comments in here. The closest Galaxy Note is LG Stylo. And that's what I'm saying. The Stylo is crap compared to the Galaxy Note line. You know what I'm saying? The biggest factor for me is having a desktop mode. You know, having desktop mode on a big enough screen, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't think there's any companies out there that are even trying. They're not even going to attempt to compete with Samsung with the Galaxy Note line. They're afraid, man. I just think a lot of companies are afraid to even compete. Like with Apple, I don't think Apple, here's something that I always hear about Apple devices. They have the best video recording of all phones, and it looks more natural. Well, this is coming from people who only use an iPhone. And then they look at other things over the internet, and they look at comparisons and stuff like that, and they believe exactly what the reviewer is saying. Well, let me go on record and tell you guys, I've said it a million times, Apple doesn't have the best video recording capabilities. It's not true. But that goes to say with marketing how good it works. You know what I mean? Apple has definitely, they have gotten to people, you know, just like Samsung has gotten to people, LG. Everyone has some kind of brand loyalty, but it's just about how they display it. But I don't think Apple has the best video recording capabilities on the device. People say, oh, it looks the most natural. I just don't buy into that, man. I think that there are a ton of other devices out there that look much better, but it's about when you're looking through your eyes, this is what you see, and this is what you think is great. You know what I'm saying? This is what you feel is the best quality, and that's what it comes down to. You determine what you think is good quality, and that's ultimately what it is. So, how we got to that point, folks? The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus was leaked out. Some people are saying it was a prototype. Basically, it's just beta devices that are out there. Someone's using them, you know what I'm saying, for whatever. Some of your comments, T says, it's about personal preference. Absolutely right. And that's what I was just saying. You can't, when you're looking through, your viewfinder is, your eyeballs, your viewfinder. You're looking through this viewfinder right here. You're looking through this, and you might see something that is perfect. The other person might say it's way too saturated. You might say, wait a minute, I like how that looks. So, but I don't know, man. Someone said we need a new Axon M from ZTE. I agree. Speaking of foldable phones, LG, in fact, might be trying to compete with the Galaxy Note, but I think they're in the folding phone design. So LG just recently got some patents approved for I think it looks like a trifold device with a pen going down the center for the holder. That would actually be pretty boss. I actually love that design. If you haven't seen it, just search online. You can find all of these things online. I'm not bringing you anything that you can't find online yourself. Definitely look at LG's new folding patents that they just grabbed from the FCC. It's crazy. It's going to be a much better design than the Galaxy Fold on a bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. I think I even like that design. That design looks like it's now. This is just from the FCC findings. It looks like it's more along the lines of the Xiaomi Trifold. And a Trifold device can be wonderful. Folding phones won't take off for a long time because companies are not ready to have the phone. Most companies want to put the screen on the outside, which is actually probably the better design. But depending on how you can get that hinge to work, you'll be able to determine, hey, I think this is a good fit for me. And that's ultimately what it's going to come down to, what you think is a good fit for you when it comes to which way you want a phone to fold if you were to have a folding phone. Like, quick poll in the stream, you can just tally down below during this live stream. If you're watching this on the replay crew, shout out to the replay crew. I appreciate you guys stopping by. But quick poll here. Which way do you want your phone to fold, in or out? So do you want the screen on the inside or do you want the screen on the outside? I would prefer my screen on the inside, but if I have to have it on the outside, I want a really thin phone. Either way, you can have a phone going in the inside, but you would need like the little rubber style. They would have to have a place so where the phone doesn't crack, like when you slam it together. Yeah, so inside, obviously, what I think is a lot of people would prefer. But I would prefer it on the inside, but you would have to have like the rubber bumpers on the side of the display. Something, this is common sense, folks. You don't want to put glass right next to each other. Obviously, it's going to shatter. So with the design of that, if they do that, they're going to have like rubber, like almost a rubber seal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's closing like on a wallet or something. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody agree with me. I know I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have somewhere to where the glass does not touch. You have to have it that way, to where the glass is not touching, so you can have longevity. You don't want to. You're going to have some kind of way, and I think that's why that might be why consumers are not ready for a folding phone, or companies are not ready to push that envelope yet, because you got to be able to back this up. It's going to be hard to have a folding device and put it on the inside and then expect for the consumers to be responsible enough, because ultimately that's what it is, folks. You're wanting the consumers to be responsible with this device, and some consumers are not going to be as responsible. They're going to slam their phone together. It could be anything. Their child could accidentally pick it up and grab it and close it too fast. But all I can say is that it's up to the consumers to determine how the safety of the device is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So that makes way more sense than having it on the outside. If you're going to put it on the inside, you're going to need some kind of rubber seal around it to make sure the glass doesn't touch. So shout out to Tana for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says, took a break from filming to say what's up. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I know how it is filming, man. I've actually, speaking of Tana, speaking of filming, I just haven't been labeling my videos Veda. So if you've noticed, I've put out a video every day. And sometimes multiple. I'll have multiple videos a day during the month of August. But I've got a video coming every day for the month of August. And I just didn't label my videos Veda. This is my first time even considering putting out a video every month. The volume of videos that I put out, obviously I can definitely do a video a day. I don't really look at how many videos I'm putting out, but now that I saw this Veda, I thought, maybe I'll go ahead and do it like this, and I won't put out 4 and 5 videos in one day. I'll just spread them out. So I definitely have a video coming every day for the month of August, I just haven't really labeled mine Veda. I just kind of testing the waters just in case I don't have any more footage for you. But in the month of August, there's definitely enough footage because Samsung is bringing the thunder, and they are going to come hard with it, man. So anyway, let's get back to some news here. I put out a lot of videos, but I've been actually spacing them out now. I've actually Every day at 12 p.m., you should see a video. If you don't see any other, if you didn't see, like, if you'll see a video in August, there's a video coming out every day at 12 p.m. I wasn't going to say this, but there is a video coming out every day at 12 p.m. And that's not to include all the other videos that I'm going to put out. So I've got videos set just like real basic bare bone videos, I guess, sometimes. And then some of them I really put some thought into it. Like I've got case videos. I just decided to schedule them. You know, that's an easy way to, you know, hang out with the Veda for the, you know, to you know, participate in this. So for me, it was an easy way to do that because I do a lot of case reviews and things like that. So I decided to do it that way. Now, news. We talked about the Galaxy, and hello to everybody that's taking time to stop through. I really appreciate it. Taking time out of your day. Those that are leaving super chats, I greatly appreciate that too. TPG Gaming says S10 or LG G8. Now, personally, I switched from the S10e to the LG G8 for a number of reasons. I've got plenty of videos out on that, so be sure to hit the channel after the stream, and you'll be able to see some of those videos for sure. Okay, I'm looking for some of your comments down here. Okay, let's get back to some news here, man. We talked about the Galaxy Note 10 Plus leaking out in full, like someone was on a flight, or they were at the airport or something. They were somewhere, and they were clearly using the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. At least it looked like the 10 Plus, but the person had very small hands, so I couldn't really tell. But they labeled it Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So speaking of, before we move on to more news, because there's a ton of news to cover, leaks. How do you guys feel about leaks? I'm personally tired of the leaks. I'm personally really tired of leaks. I want to be surprised. I don't want to see the devices. And I heard someone say, get this real quick. Got to charge up my GoPro batteries. I heard someone say, no, I have to see the leaks. I just don't get it. I'm really tired of seeing the leaks, man. It's not that I don't like the leaks. I just want to be surprised sometimes. Like I don't have to know. I'm not that controlling. A person who says, I had someone comment. I don't need to say their name. A few people commented on the video, and they said, "No, I need to know everything that's coming as far in advance as possible." I was like, "Wow, don't you have some kind of wow? That's definitely some control issues there." I do not want to see. I don't have to be in control of everything. I don't have to see everything that's coming ahead of time. I just don't. I'm cool with getting surprised, and I just really would like to be surprised with a device. And unfortunately, leaks happen sometimes by the companies. I know they have. Sometimes a company will put something out there just to see how like they could be in these. I've sat in on meetings before, and what's up, TK? I see you, man. My phone ticket work. All you YouTubers in here, man. I appreciate you coming in here and taking time out of your busy day. I know you guys are filming. Tanner said he stopped for a second from filming and come hang out. And I always respect YouTubers because I support other YouTubers by going. I don't go to their streams just because they're YouTube. I go because I want to see what they're talking about. But I appreciate YouTubers especially coming in to other YouTubers' streams and just taking 5 minutes. You know, you don't got to stay the whole stream. Just as long as you can, just chill for a little bit, show love and support because I definitely do that. But what was I talking about? Leaks. I think some companies leak the information on purpose. I've been sitting in meetings before, and you can tell that they want the consumers to see this product ahead of time. So, you know, they're kind of like, what should we show? What should we not show? I'm thinking, man, because I've also some of us who took a marketing class, and I saw something from T online. College is important. I went to college. College is important, folks. Is it a fair playing? This is a side note. College is important. If it is a fair playing field in today's world, it's definitely not. There are plenty of people who have master's degrees, bachelor's degrees, and they can't get a job. So, but college is important. But I say that to say this. Most of us took a marketing class. And in the marketing class, they teach you about how to trick people, basically. I've heard some companies say consumers don't know what they want until you tell them what they want. And in Marketing 101, you will find that. So if you haven't ever taken a marketing class, I don't know how the curriculum is now, but hey, everybody just coming in. I appreciate you guys. I see the stream. I'm looking at the stream over here. I appreciate you guys coming in. I don't know that if the curriculum is different. T, I don't know when you graduated, but I've been out of school since 1990. I've been out of college since 1990, somewhere in the 90s. But the curriculum is definitely probably different than from when I was in college or whatever. And but for marketing, because they keep growing and they keep on, it changes. So marketing classes pretty much, it's sad. They just basically trick people and not brainwash, but they just keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you information until you basically believe that this is the way it's supposed to be. So I think I heard several people, and not just Technically T or TK or any YouTubers, not just YouTubers. I've heard plenty of people say that it's a shame that Apple set the standard to make people believe that 750 was a cheap device, like a budget phone. 750 is in no way means $750 is in no way a budget device. $29, $10. There are smartphones that cost that much. There are flip phones that are $20, and those are budget devices. But depending on where you are on the food chain, you're going to say that $750 is a budget device. And obviously, when people are talking like that, they're not thinking about the people down on the other side of the totem pole. They don't really care about that. So the thought of thinking that $750 is an affordable phone is bad. $750 is not a drop in the bucket for 99% of the world. You can actually look at a chart to see where you fall in society. And you're going to only do this if you're ready for a reality check. If your feelings get hurt really easy, like if you think you balling and all this other stuff, don't go look, because you're probably not balling. Most people who have money don't tell people that they have money. They don't walk around showing off jewelry, talking about, what's up? We just don't do that. I have to say that. We don't do that. Everybody say what's up with LaShawn. LaShawn is here. LB is here. Oh, Boogie LeBurton is here. People who have money, unfortunately, the people who don't have the money are the ones that are always showing off that they have a bunch of money. And that's just sad. The people who have the money, we don't walk around showing $100,000 on video or $50,000 on video, and we don't have to put it all out there like that, because you definitely broke. You're holding your entire life savings in your hand if you're doing that, and it's unfortunate that some people choose to do that. I don't want to call out any certain cultures, or I don't want to call any one person or any people. That's all bogus, folks. These people do not live like this. Now, there's plenty of people who could have a bunch of stock invested in something, but that stock is not liquid. I'm talking about cash on hand. Your liquid, your money. And most people are just broke. They're flat out just fronting way more than you would possibly believe. So you see people on YouTube, because this is about smartphone conversations, and we're going to keep it about that as much as possible, but there's nothing wrong with a reality check. Those people who you see bragging about having a bunch of money and stuff, they don't have any money. They that's all they have for whatever it is they're talking about. That's what they got, and that's just the truth. But as I was going to tell you, if you want to see where you fall on the totem pole as far as if you are balling, the majority of the world, most of us are living way outside of our means. And I say us. I'm not going to take myself out of the bucket, because I spend a lot of money on cars. You may think I spend a lot of money on cell phones. These cell phones are only like $300 a pop, $350, maybe $1,000 every now and then. Twice a year, I spend over $1,000 on one phone, and that's a Samsung, and then that's an Apple. You guys know that. It's no secret. It's the truth. I only spend $1,000 on a phone. It's not because I want to. It's just because I'm in the tech field, and this new device is coming out, and I want to get it. And one day I'll be fortunate enough to get everything through the company. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to buy anything. That would be fantastic. And my quality of service to you guys won't decrease. I'm going to continue to be as neutral as possible. It doesn't matter how many people I see watching me or whatever. It has to be that way, because personally, that's just how I am. But the fact that we see $1,000 phones and people say, well, $750, that's a bargain. No, it's not, because as good as the 10R is, as good as I've reviewed the 10R. The 10R is fantastic. That's probably the best one to purchase from Apple. However, it's not affordable, unless you feel like you're going to pay monthly on it, which is, they know that the majority of the world does that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they get you to thinking that you're getting the best deal on the device because you're paying monthly for it. It's all about which lane you get in. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in your lane, and you got to go down your lane, and that's just what it is. I'm not knocking the people. It sounds like I'm hating on people who show a bunch of money on camera. I just think they look ridiculous. That's not how real life is. Real life is not like that. So, especially in the tech game, I've actually seen people in the tech game bragging about a bunch of jewelry and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? What does that have to do with tech? Like, what does that have to do? What is comical to me when I see people bragging about jewelry and stuff like that, and they don't even know the origin of where that came from or if it's actually real. Let's get back to tech. I don't want to get too serious on you guys. So in the news again, the limited edition Huawei P30 Pro is probably going to cost a grip of money. It's probably going to cost a grip of money. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's a limited edition. There's a limited edition of the Huawei P30 Pro. I don't even have the P30 yet. I want to get a lot of you guys have recommended the P30. Mr. Thompson, I see you with the A20. There's a lot of phones that I want to purchase, but right now I'm in the realm of Samsung Galaxy Note and iPhone and Pixel. So I may bring another phone in the $200-$300 range. I plan on doing it. My coupon that I had for the Moto Z4 for $200, or the Moto Z3 Play for $200, it went like I tried to use it and it was in my cart, and then when I took it out of my cart, it wouldn't. It says it's not bad, and I refreshed and it says good, and I tried to check out. Something's wrong with it. That was going to be my next $200 phone. Something happened with it though, so I don't know what happened. But the A70 right now is definitely a phone of choice. Phone Tech at Work, I see he got his, man, and all I can tell you is to check those. I saw his video when he was talking about the cameras, saying they were just okay. Use them extensively. That was just his unboxing. He said he'd been using it for a day or two. You got to dig into these cameras because these cameras are a lot better than people might think. You give it a little bit of time. I think you would love I think you will love these cameras with extended use. I've had mine for going on a month, and I have ripped this phone apart. Yes, I earned my Powerade. I did a workout this morning, and I worked out last night. You see people drinking power drinks, get them. If they're not working out, get them. But yeah, the Galaxy A70 is a phone to be reckoned with. It really is. But anyway, the P30 is a phone that I think Gigi has it. I know she has the P30. The P30, right? Is it the P30? What's the latest one? Is it the P30? I think the P30 is the latest one. I'm pretty sure it is. Right? Let me get back in here. Let me see. Huawei. Right? Isn't that the one that you... Okay, the P30. Okay, don't you... That's out, right? It's just... There's a limited... Okay, yeah, the P30. Okay, there we go. I know I'm not crazy. Yeah, they have that. So you check the rear camera, huh? Yeah, it's beast mode. Okay, so yeah, the P30. Okay, I know I'm not crazy. It's just a limited edition version coming out, and I really want to get this phone. It's actually within the realm of. It's under $900, I think. Let me see what the latest price is on this thing, man. Let me see here. If you're just joining, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by on your work day. I appreciate you guys taking time to just listen in. I know you guys are busy, but I still like to do a live stream and. Huawei P30. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, see, the Huawei P30, the Huawei P30 Pro, I see it for like $800, man. And I know how good that phone is, but I'm looking for something else. I got something. We're gonna make this work. I'll just leave it at that. The P30 though is actually really appealing when you think about it. The P30 Pro, beast mode. Got to give credit where credit is due. But that middle ground for the P30, that's looking like a boss, man. That's $500. Nobody ever considered whoa, man, I see the P30 Pro for $700. Wow, the price is dropping on this thing. $750, man, that's crazy. Yeah, oh, you got it for $570. Wow, yeah. The P30 the P30 Pro, man, I see it for $740. I see the P30 for like $400 and something. That's a fantastic deal, folks. What I've seen from that camera quality, Tech King Mike, shout out to Tech King Mike, he used it for like a video or whatever, and I was like, whoa, this thing is crispy, man. It's crispy. It's crispy. Yeah. It's super crispy. Really, it's really nice. It's not DSLR quality like some people try to say. You know, no phone, I don't, you know, as much as I love phones cannot touch DSLRs, folks. It's just not happening. I don't care what anybody says. You can try to sell me on that. And it's coming from somebody who used to use a phone, like that's what I used for video footage. No one's selling me on a phone being better than a DSLR. Not yet. I don't think we're there yet. Not happening. Because DSLRs have the advantage of this right here. That alone kills the phones, period. There's no phone, you know, even though there's adapters and stuff like that, yeah, it's not happening, folks. Phones will never be able to touch a DSLR. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. Even the wide angle lenses on phones may be good, but when you got wide angle lenses like this, man, it's just whoosh. Phones are good, but they just can't touch DSLRs or mirrorless cameras. I don't understand that. I've had so many people tell me, oh, as much as I love HTC, yeah, the phones definitely are not as good as DSLR quality. It's just not going to happen, man. I don't know where people get that from, but people seem to believe that, man, that phones can beat out DSLRs. I don't know. Remember Sony had the Bluetooth camera sensor work from? Yeah. Yes. I still, I don't know, man. I just feel like a DSLR or mirrorless camera. Okay, there's advantages to having a phone over a DSLR. There's way more advantages for having a phone over a DSLR. Let's just be clear on that. That is true. There are a ton of advantages for having a phone over a DSLR. You're always mobile. You don't have to do much. You can edit right on the phone. You can push out the content. This is true. But where phones tend to fail is this thing called ISO. Hello, anybody? You can adjust somewhat of the ISO. Okay, so just do it yourself. Take a phone with a good camera, snap a photo, then check the details of the photo, and you'll see what the ISO is. The phone is picking it for you. Pro mode on a device is fine on a phone, but it'll never match mirrorless or DSLR. And you know, hey, I don't know of a phone that can do it yet. Samsung Galaxy S line, S10 line, those come not close, but the quality is really acceptable when you start to look at it. Should you get a DSLR or you know, yeah. I'm going to tell a person to always get a mirrorless camera or DSLR over a phone if they start talking about YouTube. If you can afford to go out and buy $1,000 phone, here's something else I would recommend a person to do. Grab an iPad Pro. Not the iPad. I have the iPad Air 3. Grab the iPad Pro 11 or 12 and get a 512 gig or a 256 gig. You can use those cameras and the device itself and maintain a channel. You can do that with a lot. That's if you didn't want to get a DSLR. The reason I said do that is because of the canvas to edit on. The canvas to edit on, and then grab you a pencil, you know what I'm saying? The canvas to edit on will be really, really good. You'll thank yourself. But if you want some serious go time with YouTube, you got to get a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. I put together a ton of Uno Nice. What's going on, man? I see you. I put together a ton of videos on why you should get the Canon lineup over any other lineup because it's super affordable. Lenses are very affordable. That's just what it is. That's what it is. So Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 just went official. Samsung decided to push it out. And of course, the media has theirs already. I mean, it sounds like I'm hating, but I'm just going to call it like it is. It's the media. So you see all the people online. Like, I still have my Gear S2 Classic, man. I'm going to rock this watch until it just falls apart. And I've had this for, almost 2 years? It's almost 2 years old. I'm going to rock it. I think it's more than 2 years old. I'm going to rock this thing until it just falls to pieces. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Because I'm not really big on smartwatch. I got the Apple Watch. I have a whole bunch of watches at my disposal. But I don't see the need to keep buying smartwatches. They're an expensive sidekick. But I see the media has theirs. As soon as you guys who are going to the Galaxy Note 10 event, TK, the commercials are out already. They're definitely out. And it's no shade. It's no shade whatsoever. I personally feel like if the media had to purchase all of their products, I question what their reviews would be like. And even though I get stuff for free, nothing is really free. Like, if it was a more level, okay, here's the thing. I want these people to get these products because there's a market that's going to pay attention to them. I'm supposed to feel this type of way because I'm another tech reviewer grinding hard. They're grinding hard too, but I just look at them as the media because that's what it looks like, It's commercials. It looks like commercials. They may say I'm throwing shade, but I know that I know a person would have a different outlook on something if it was a more level playing field and we all had to pay for 50% of our products. Now, right now, I'm paying for like 99% of my products, and that's cool. And that's personal choice because I refuse to join an MCN. I'm not going to do it. There are people that are in it, and you can tell who they are because they're grinding, man. They're getting way more stuff than they would normally get, and hustle game. You do your hustle however you want to do it. But I just can't do it. I can't join an MCN and a network. I don't want to be famous, and I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy coming up here and turning on camera, doing what I want to do, and saying what I want to say. I just can't do it. I can see people, who join an MCN and how they just blow up. More power to them. But that was their end game, was to blow up and get a whole bunch more stuff. So applauds, no shade. I'm not joining MCN though. I'm gonna have to have like a 1% disbursement if I join the MCN. Meaning this so-called agent, they get 1%. They are. They are TK. But you're gonna be sitting at the Galaxy Note event, and you're gonna see people already wearing the new watch, and you're gonna see as soon as those curtains unveil, and the music starts to drop, look at your phone, and you're gonna see all those videos go live of the Galaxy Note 10. It's tradition. It's just how it is. Yep. I've had my fair share of getting devices sooner than release. You would never know it. I don't have to be first, and I'll leave it at that. I've definitely had my share of getting devices before they release, having them like months in advance. You would never know it. You would never know it. I don't have to be the first, because the first will be last. So OnePlus 7 owners, OnePlus 6T, OnePlus 6, I believe it is, all the current OnePlus 7 devices all just got another update. So congrats to all those people who are still on the OnePlus gang. Congrats to you guys for getting your updates on time. I personally feel like software updates only mean so much to me, folks. If the phone still works, my phones can stay on the old software, but as long as it works, perfectly fine with it, because most of us will put a launcher on and stuff like that. Yeah. TK said, I got the Razer phone early. Yeah, I got the Razer phone. I didn't get it early, but I got it, and I disclosed immediately. This thing is garbage to me. Some people was mad about that, but some people was mad that I didn't like the Razer phone. Like, people get overly sensitive when I be on there, and I'm telling them, this phone is not good to me. They forget. They think I'm personally attacking them. I think that's all tech reviewers know about this. All tech reviewers know about this. You're always going to have that group of people who just verbally attack you because they feel like you're attacking them. Their minds are like this small. It's unbelievable how how much people get offended online, man. But OnePlus owners, respect. You know, I bought another OnePlus 7 Pro. You know, I get around to it. Yeah, I get it. It's you know, I get around to it. I'm not that hyped about OnePlus. Yeah, it's a solid device, but you know, I still like other things. If I can save $1 somewhere, I'm gonna save that dollar. So, but you got to give respect to OnePlus. But OnePlus isn't the only company that's still keeping phones up to date. Motorola phones, don't sleep on Motorola. I could power on some of my Motorola phones, and they're more up to date than some of the newer phones that I have. I'm talking about some older phones that I have. They're way up to date. They're up to date better than some of the phones that I have. It's unbelievable, man. So OnePlus is the only company. People try to peg OnePlus as, oh, they get faster updates. Google has the fastest updates. Pixel Squad, where you at? Shout out to the Pixel Squad. Google has the fastest updates. Google's not going to allow the updates that you see coming from OnePlus. Probably aren't coming from Google because most of the Google devices are current, and Google's going to give the updates to their phones first. You can't beat the source. You seen the Matrix? You can't beat the source. People try to peg OnePlus as being better than Google devices. I saw a game right there. Customization is fine, whatever, but I don't buy Pixels so much to customize the skin. I like Pixel devices as is. And one of the main selling points that people try to tell me about OnePlus devices is that, oh, wait, I can customize this, I can customize that. Get out of here with that, man. I'm not trying to. This is how Android is supposed to run. This phone right here even has a slower processor than the OnePlus. Runs like a champ. Runs like a champ. I've compared that next to the OnePlus 7. My personal experience with it, I don't see the value so much in OnePlus with updates, because I can guarantee you, all these people that brag about the updates coming from OnePlus, they don't even know what the updates are for. They just want to say that they're on the latest update. Whoop-de-doo. Now what? You're still using your phone the same, and you're not using it to the potential for what you paid. That's what it is. Nobody does that. That's why I try to have phones. It's a shame I have thousands of dollars worth of phones on the table, and I'm using this phone for $340. You put the value on it. Pixel Squad, stand up. Where you at? So if you're just joining in, this live stream is not about slamming OnePlus. Just gave props to OnePlus, man. Okay, I gave props to OnePlus. Shout out to OnePlus for updating their phones. Yes, but Pixel Squad, stand up. So, if you're just joining in, I appreciate you guys stopping through. We're just kind of hanging out for Monday. This is Monday Smartphone News Live Edition. We're kind of chatting about some of the things in the news. So if you haven't already done so, check your quality. You should be able to watch this in 1080p at 60 frames per second. And let's get to some more news. So if you're at work, though, don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Just put me off to the side, put your Bluetooths in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We see some of these questions here. I like the Pixel phones for stock Android and firmware updates. Uno Nice said it all right there. He said it all in a mouthful. Why else would you get a Pixel? Some people say, well, you can't customize Pixels. Yeah, but people aren't buying Pixels to customize them. But you can customize a Pixel. Just put a launcher on. That's Android. Yeah. Yeah, OnePlus fans going mad. Do you use a new phone provider for each phone? What does it say? I see a comment up here from Mr. Urban World says, Jay, do you use a new phone provider for each phone when it comes to service? No, I only have service with T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless /AT&T, and I have T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, and Google Fi. Those are my main carriers right there. Those are my main. T-Mobile being the number one spot, and then Google Fi, and then my Cricket line. Oh, that's the wife. Let me tell my wife I'm on a live stream. Hold on, folks. Hey, I'm in the middle of a live stream. What's up? Just text me. Hey. Always take your wife's call. She comes second to no one. So, news, man. Let me text her real quick. She sounded like she was in a good mood. She didn't sound upset. But in the news also, Now, this is something that LG, once again. Okay, so I just have a question for people who actually follow LG. Text wife real quick. I have a question for people that actually follow. I'm not going to pick on LG for this one. I'm not going to pick on LG. Here's what I say to this. There are phones that are coming out, right? There are phones that are coming out. They have a Snapdragon 425. It's hard not to pick on LG. You guys know where I'm going with this. I know you know. I'm trying not to pick on LG. There are phones out there that are coming out with 425 processors. Man, you crazy, LeBaron. See, GT got you on that, man. The 425 processor, okay, while it is good, while it is efficient, it's efficient for that battery life thing, but other than that, the performance with a 425, it's just not warranted. I think that companies, if they're going to bring out these lower tier, that's all a state of mind. If they're going to bring these out, go with the 435. If anything, don't use the 425. The 425, in my opinion, of the 400 series, is total. It's just not. All my experiences with that processor have not been the best over time. The sluggishness, and LG puts this processor in their phones. I'm not trying to pick on LG, but I'm in the U.S. and this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. They use that processor in a few of their phones, and they just released another device with the 425 in it. So, yeah. It should be more along the lines of the 435 on up. I know you're probably saying, Jay, that's just a different number. But I'm telling you, the 435 to the 425 is a complete difference. I've had them side by side, and I'm like, whoa, this is so sluggish, it's unreal. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, in other news, HTC. Oh, man. HTC, man. I got love for you, man. Let's check the current pricing of HTC devices. Let's go directly to HTC. HTC USA. I'm going to check the current pricing because it's a shame. It's a shame that HTC is such a good company. And the U12 Plus, man, it's $499 brand new. And it's a shame because that is totally a flagship device. It performs better than a ton of other phones on the market. And yep, LaShawn is right. Shaking my head. You're right. Shaking my head too. HTC is such a good company. But HTC is getting overshadowed. Yeah, they're still in business. It's crazy. I know. I can't. I don't have no comeback for what LaShawn is saying because he's right. Like, why are they failing as a company? Their products are so much better than a ton of other phones on the market. The HTC U11, beast mode phone, man. For those that have been following me long enough, that was my phone of choice when I didn't have a DSLR. I use that thing I could whip it out right now and do vlogs and everything, and it'll still work like a champ. Quality would be great. Yeah. The HTC U12 is $499, folks. That's a killer freaking deal. That is better. First, and I'm just saying that because of the price, the quality that you're going to get from that phone. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's way, way better. Way better than a ton of other phones on the market. That phone is beast mode. I don't know how HTC got to the point of where they are right now. But HTC, I come to HTC because they just pushed out Pi, I think it is. They pushed out Pi. But they pushed it out in India. So they've been promising Pi for the US for I don't know how long. You can get an HTC U12 directly from HTC for $499. That's the best way to go about doing it. I wouldn't buy it from any other place. I see a comment from eBay or whatever. Unless you're in a different country and you have to use eBay, I respect that, I understand that. But in the US, $499 is a fantastic deal for the HTC U12 Plus. That phone is fantastic, man. I had no complaints about it. The red one, Titan Tech, the red one that's the only ones they have left. Are the red ones. They're selling out their inventory. That thing is freaking $499, man. That's a fantastic deal, son. That is a fantastic deal. Killer deal. $499 for the HTC U12. Boss mode right there. That's a boss. That is a boss. It's undeniably one of the best phones that have come across my table and my desk. But it gets slept on because of what? Anybody know why HTC appears to be failing as a company? If you're in a live stream, I want to see it in the live chat. If you're on the replay crew, shout out to replay crew. Everybody says what's the replay crew. Post your comment down below why you think HTC is quote unquote failing as a company. I have my own reasoning behind it, but why do you guys think they're failing as a company? I'm going to take a second and read some of your comments. You know what, Tana, keep posting why you think. Tana's question is a legitimate question. He caught me off guard, but I'm going to be honest. Tana says, Jay, between the LG G8 and HTC 12, which is better? I'm going to shock a few people. The HTC 12 is the much better device. As much as I love the G8, the HTC U12 Plus crushes the G8, man. And it's a shame that I don't have it here to demo them both side by side. Obviously, you know I have a G8. But man, all you guys in the comments that said marketing, advertising, you're absolutely right. It's not because I'm trying to say, wow, yeah, bro, the HTC U12, I have to go into radio disc jockey mode. The HTC U12 is a beast. So the HTC U11 is a beast. Remember now, I use the HTC U11 as my phone to video cameras for everything on the channel, for recording other stuff. Yeah, I would take the U12 Plus over the G8 on a bad day. There's a number of reasons. The design, I think it's a little better. The look and feel in hand, I think it's a little better. And just the front screen, I think it's a little better. There's several things about the HTC U12 Plus. It just feels, it's just a killer phone, man. I know Tana didn't expect that, but that's the truth, man. I would take, because HTC is pretty much running a stock setup. That's pretty much it. LG, you know, their skin is not stock, but it could be better. You know what I'm saying? So HTC, man, they have major. So I'm reading LeBaron's comment. Shout out to L Boogie. HTC had a major marketing issue that stretches back for years. Not only is there a disconnect between the marketing team and the sales channels. He's right. I don't know how far it stretches back, but he's right. When there's a disconnect between when a company has problems internally, it affects it. It affects it. Yeah, Tana. If you put both of those phones in front of me, I'm going with HTC U12 because those cameras. Remember, I do a lot of videography and I do a lot of YouTube stuff. And if I'm gonna take and I consider that now, because remember, I love the G8. That's my phone of the year probably right now, almost. But if I had the U12 Plus still, I probably would have never picked up the G8. I probably would have gotten the S10, and in that video where I was talking about why I got rid of the S10, it would have been to fall back on the HTC U12, not the G. I would have never probably got the G8. But the G8 was such a sweet deal for $600. But which one would you get, the G8 or the HTC U12? That's a question. Good point, Tanner. Which one would you pick up, the G8 or the U12 Plus? One costs $499, the other one costs $620 is the lowest you can get it for. If they both were the same price, which one would you get? I'm still rocking with the U12 Plus. That phone is a beast, man. The cameras are ridiculous, man. The cameras are ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. I'm trying to read some of you guys' comments here. Yeah, HTC, Google slipping on the Pixel phones looking like 4 is going to be hideous. I think that's Brett's comment about the Google Pixel 4 looking hideous. I don't think so, man. I know it's a personal opinion. I respect your opinion, but I don't think the Google Pixel 4 looks bad at all. Google went ahead and put it out there. That phone looks great, man. Since when did having bezels become a problem? When did having a little bit, look at how thin the bezels are on phones today, and people still complain about it. I don't understand this. I don't understand. And again, Brett, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't understand. People have to nitpick about everything. All of this stuff is overpriced. Period. People laugh at the A70. Saying, "Oh my gosh, it looks like that cutout at the top looks horrible." Come on, son. I don't understand this bezel talk, man. That is the silliest. And again, Brett, this isn't to you. You just happen to bring this conversation up, and I'm all about the conversation. Smartphoneconversations.com. Be sure to get the plug. When did this become about the smallest bezels? You know what's going to happen, right? If Samsung brings the Note 10, right? Let's just keep it all the way 100. If Samsung brings the Note 10, and then there's ghost touches, like they don't have an option to, like, when you're in your pocket or something like that, and you touching it, and you accidentally touch the screen. Watch how quickly the powers that be kill that phone. Just watch. And it's not going to be the media. The media is going to praise that device because they got it for free. They already have it, as a matter of fact. You know it. We see all of the leaks and everything, but we know what's up, man. We know what's up, man. If you don't know what an NDA is, a non-disclosure agreement, sign one day. Then come talk to me, because I'm under so many NDAs right now. It's unbelievable. But still, I'm not gonna act like the media. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I just can't do it, son. I can't do it. Blame people crying and whatnot. Because I know, LaShawn, it's unbelievable how people are talking about, oh, the bezels. Well, what are they going to do with all the proximity sensors? What are they going to do with all the things they need for the phone to work? When does that come into play? That chin and that forehead, that's what people are labeling it now. The top and the bottom of the phone is not symmetrical, right? It's not even. One's bigger than the other. Oh my God, that's hideous. What in the world, son? I don't understand it. Why in the world is that important? How did that become the thing out front? I tell you how. The media. The media. If you follow what the media says, you know who the media is. Hashtag the media in the stream. Hashtag the media in the stream. You know who they are. And you know that the media can kill a device with just a few words. You know it. I know it. There are plenty of phones out there that are fantastic. And they get no love because, why? Samsung over here, Apple over here. According to the people in the U.S., there's only two companies. There's Samsung and there's Apple. That's the only thing people see. I'm at the gym, right? I'm at the gym, and I have the new Sony joints, man. Oh, man, my goodness, folks. Oh, my gosh, folks. If you like earbuds, man, if you think you got the best sounding wireless earbuds, straight up plug real quick. If you think you got the best sounding earbuds, you better think again, man. You better go check out them Sony joints, man. I'm going to do an updated video on the battery life. It's killer. It's fantastic. I'm gonna have that out soon, in a week or so, or whenever I get it. Trust me, son. Oh, my gosh. You are not going to believe the sound quality of the new Sony joints. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, it's the media that hypes up what fails and what succeeds. It's a shame. It's a shame that the media has so much say in what fails and what succeeds. Case in point, HTC U11, HTC U12. The HTC U11 got more. The HTC U11 got more respect than the HTC U12. How is that so? I don't know. I don't know how it's possible. The HTC U12 is a better device than the U11, and the U11 was crazy. Somebody said, what's MC2 Texas? Can we get some mods in here? People acting crazy in the chat, man. It's a couple of mods in there. Yeah, LaShawn is in. There's a couple mods in there. Mods gotta have fun too. They probably like, dang man, I'm trying to enjoy the stream. No, it's a few mods in there. Yeah. The media is your new conscience. Hey, listen. The media will determine if it's bad or not. And the media only uses stuff for like a week, 2-3 days. That's it. That's it. That's the reason that HTC as a Huawei as a company cannot enter the U.S. Radio disc jockey voice one more time. The reason that Huawei can't enter the U.S. is because they'll beat out Samsung and Apple. Done. There it is. That's it. Huawei is not allowed to come over here and sell phones because of why? Better build quality, better camera quality, better software experience, fast, fluid, more for less. Pay less, get more. You can't do that with the powers that be. The media is all on the side of Apple and Samsung. And don't get it twisted. Man, I didn't mention the Samsung event. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm still not going to play favorites. You know what I'm saying? Because something is good. No way. Absolutely not. I don't care what the check says. Not that I'm getting a bunch of checks. Side note, I wish some of these companies would start paying me, man. You know, I'm just pretty much giving up free marketing and free advertising to the 100,000+ people that follow me when I do Apple and Samsung. No diss on Apple and Samsung, but hook me up. You know what I'm saying? Let me come out. Give me a free phone. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to get no free phone. Because with that free phone comes a lot of responsibilities. Just look at the media. So LeBarian says, everyone seems to forget that HTC was the top dog 2 years ago. Listen, you're absolutely right. But the thing is, I don't want as much as I liked HTC, and I like HTC still, I don't want them to stay at the top forever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to stay at the top forever. I enjoy competition. Right? I want, like, look, you see I'm not using my G8, and I just said that was probably one of my phones of the year, if not the phone of the year. I'm using this $340 phone. I want competition because competition means that we get better prices and better products, which is why let's move to the next spot. You want to? We can stay. I'm gonna answer some of your questions. Look at some of your talking points on Huawei, and then I want to move on to another thing down here. ZTE owe you for selling S&M. Well, remember, I already work for ZTE, according to a lot of people. No, but on the real, ZTE has done more for me than any company that I work with ever. If you don't include cases, like case reviews and stuff like that, ZTE has done more for me as a YouTuber than any other company. And if you don't know, I used to be in tight with Huawei as well, but Huawei just didn't do right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But ZTE is a fantastic company, not because they've sent me a review units or whatever, because I was rocking with ZTE before they even knew who I was. But that's the respect. They have a set community, and I just think ZTE does right by the consumers. But why they don't get no respect? Because why? They're not bringing out phones that are $900. So if they do that, people are just going to crap all over it and say, "Oh, you need to buy Samsung anyway." It's a catch-22. I see a question here. I'm going to answer this. It says, you know what? Everybody look at Art Dog's comment. Competition creates creativity. He's absolutely right. But there's a comment right under his from John Crimes. Don't commit any crimes, John. John says, by using the Galaxy A70 daily, what do you miss about a flagship? Well, as far as I see it, this is flagship quality. Why would it not be? I can't tell the difference, or I'm not having any less of an experience because I'm using this phone. To me, this is flagship quality. Look at what it's offering. Everything some of my flagships offer and more. Yeah. I'm getting probably more out of that phone than I'm getting out of my flagships. No flagship has 4,500 milliamp hour batteries. You ever thought about that? Why do the companies that charge you more give you less? They give you a 3,000 milliamp hour battery in a phone that costs $1,000. I don't get it. Even the Galaxy Note 10 is pushing it because, not that I have to have this killer battery life, because battery life is subjective. Because it depends on the user. Some people are still complaining about getting a 2,000 milliamp hour battery in a phone, but folks, it's all about that optimization. It's all about that optimization. That's what it's about. Optimization. Companies need to realize that if you're in a battle for the biggest battery, you shouldn't be. Because you could have the biggest battery in the world, but if you got crappy software, doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Who cares if you have a 5,000 milliamp hour? I've got 5,000 milliamp hour battery phones. They don't last for 4 days like the companies may advertise. So I'm about to say it's a lie, but it's misleading. You know what I'm saying? It's straight up misleading. It's misleading. Battery size only plays a part a little bit. It's important. Let's be real. You need a good sized battery. You do. But battery is something that, look at Apple for instance, their phone batteries, almost none of them are over 2,000 milliamps, but their battery life is really good. Optimization is key. You got to always give credit where credit is due, folks. And this is why I have the iPad is one of my favorite tablets, and I have other Android tablets, but that's about to change. I already gave a spoiler and a leak on another video, so I'm not going to tell you what the next tablet is that I'm going to display to you on the channel. You just have to wait and see. But, the iPad is great, but I think there's tons of potential out there that gets crapped on by the powers that be. That's just how it is. Optimization is key, and Apple has mastered optimization. Yeah, that's just what it is. The ecosystem is important to people. The way you use the products. This is why Apple, and I said it in another stream, and several other YouTubers have said it in other streams, this is why Apple is about to win big time. They know that their phone sales are dropping off. It's no secret. But they're starting up all these streaming services. You know what I'm saying? They're starting up all these streaming services. That's what they're doing. They're starting up all these streaming services because why? People pay for streaming services now. They do. The parent says Tab S6. The Tab S6 from Samsung. I got a video coming out on that, I guess. I'll go ahead and let you know. There's something coming out on the Tab S6. I'm going to leave it at that. The Galaxy Tab S6 is probably a fantastic tablet. Let's be real. I've seen some people already complaining about the position of the S Pen or this on that. That's just so petty to me. It's just, no one's ever going to be happy, man. What you got to remember though, is there's a tablet for everybody and there's a phone for everybody. You got to remember that. No ifs, ands, or buts. Post your questions down below, man. I'll answer your questions before I get out of here. I'm getting ready to cut this stream short. No, not sure. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. Let me check the background and see if it tells me. Whoa, an hour and 13 minutes. Money Smartphone Live, News Live with your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop some questions down below and I'll stick around for a second and answer them. But I appreciate you guys coming through. Always taking time out of your workday. Drop your questions down there and I'll answer them. As long as they're nothing personal, tech. I'll answer them. Let's wait around. Let me look and scroll back and see if I can see some other questions. Microsoft knew the competition was important. It's going fast now. Hence the $150 million to Apple, Steve Jobs back. There it is. You know what's up. Sean said I'm getting that Fire HD 2019. Yeah. Oh, there's Mikey Tech Reviews, man. Now you good, homie. You can check it out on the replay. You be a part of the replay crew. I always rename it. Thoughts on the Mate 30 Pro? I talked about that earlier. The Mate 30 Pro is a phone that I'm interested in because the price is totally dropping. Pixel 3 in 2019, of course. Most Pixel devices should be good to go for at least 3 to 4 years. Gotta be. I would totally recommend this phone. Totally. And especially this one. Oh man, especially the 3A lineup, I would definitely recommend it. If you don't have a Pixel 3 or a Pixel 3 XL, I would recommend the 3A line. You can save a ton of money and you still get the same performance and the same cameras. Yeah, definitely. Apple Reno times 10 looks good. I actually looked into that, sir. I looked into it, and I just, every time I wanted to pick it up, something about me, I just pulled away. I don't know what it is. I really want to check that out, though. Is the A70 the same as the A20? Yeah, no, I would just say go ahead and put those side by side on Phone Arena and check it out for yourself. They're different devices. Does the Samsung Galaxy A70 support Wi-Fi calling? I believe it does. As soon as I popped it in, it popped up with Wi-Fi calling. And you can see it down here. Hopefully the camera will focus on it. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. I'm going to wait a second. There's a delay in the stream. I'm trying to check it out here. You see that Wi-Fi calling? If it's not being blocked. Hopefully it's not being blocked. I think it's being blocked by the logo. There we go. You see it? Wi-Fi calling. It's on the bottom there. Yes, it does have Wi-Fi calling, which is pretty sweet. Pixel 4 XL versus Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Crushes the iPhone 11. That's kind of not a surprise. Best smart TV box. I would say get a Roku TV if your TV doesn't have Roku built in. I personally use Roku. I personally use Roku. It's built into my TV though. Definitely Roku is pretty sweet. The Galaxy A20 is killing it on boosting. Yeah, the Galaxy A line. Samsung's only gonna do so much with the A line in the US because they don't want to kill off their Galaxy S line. They don't want to mess up their sales from the Galaxy S. I mean, honestly, if you had the choice between this and the Galaxy S, when you put them side by side and compare, this is the better purchase. This is the smarter I got a 6.7 inch 1080p Super AMOLED display. I don't need a Quad HD display, but it's nice to have. I prefer a higher resolution display when I can get one. I want a 4K display on my cell phone, but when I'm thinking about the average consumer, this is the smarter purchase other than buying a Galaxy S line, folks. That's why Samsung is not going to bring the A line full-fledged to the US. They'll kill themselves, man. It'll be good for them, but they might as well just stop making the Galaxy S line and bring it to the US. Yeah. What's going on, Vinny? I'll see you, man. Apple's smart because these smartphones are maxed out. Also so dope, so if you're a company, you can keep going move. Yeah. Yeah. Roku is the one, man. I really like Roku. TCL, some 4K flat screens have Roku. Yeah, that's what mine is. I have a TCL, like a giant one. I didn't do a review on it. I reviewed my other TV, but TCLs haven't built in. Everybody look at Phone Ticket Works comment. I agree with that. If he's saying that's how he feels, I totally agree. Only reason I didn't get the A80 is because I didn't want the moving parts, the cases and all that stuff. You gotta have the top open on the case. I just wasn't feeling it. Shout out to Spectacular Gadget. She actually loves the A80 for all the reasons that I didn't pick it. You know what I'm saying? I could have gotten the A80, but the thing about the A80 is you just get that higher resolution camera and the camera slides up. But to me, that's not worth $200 more because that is how much that phone costs. It's almost double the price of the A70. Not worth it to me. Nope. 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 Can't do it. LaShawn says the problem isn't in mid-range. It's people want new status and yes, truth. Hashtag truth. People want to say, oh man, this ran me about $750. Why? Why do you want to say that? No, this ran me $112. That cost me $64, man. It's like you a lowlife if you know how to budget money. It's weird. Nobody should want to spend over $200-300 for a device. $400 is cutting it. I'm comfortably spending $400 on a phone, but I don't want to. I don't want to spend more than that because once you go past that, you have to start justifying why I'm spending this money, and most companies can't, and most people can't. Yeah, they can't do it. The B family, what's going on, man? See? John says, yeah, it's my job to know the numbers and locations. Also told people that Samsung brings line. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely wrong for people to spend more than $400 on a device, but it is what it is. People got to do it. I love the G8, but it doesn't compare to the S10 Plus. I don't know. I never bought the S10 Plus, so I can't compare those two. Do you think HTC will release a new smartphone? No. I don't. They just released their 5G hub. I still follow it. They just released their 5G hub, and I don't think that they're going to do any more phones. If they do, man, they're going to have to bring it. And not to say that they're not bringing it right now. They're going to have to be more competitive, is what I mean. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, the A line is perfect, man. The A line is perfect. The A line is fantastic. Thinking of switching from the S10 to the Note 10 Plus. I would do that. I would actually do that. Do you switch cases to match your outfit? What? I don't have outfits. I don't know what. I don't have outfits, but I don't switch cases to match my clothing, my gear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I do outfits, but I don't personally go in and have cases lined up to match my clothes. But what I do switch cases is if, in fact, I'm going to a meeting or something like that, and I don't want to carry a wallet or my suit jacket, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put my wallet. I'll put the phone in a case that is a folio case. Yeah. Last question, Mr. J says, can you please tell me what model number? Oh my gosh, man, I have said this 1,000 times. It is the A705 MN/DS, the Latin American version. Booyah. Radio disc jockey voice. It is A705 MN/DS. All right. Is the S10 a good deal? The S10 is great. The A50 is a phone. The Samsung Galaxy A50 is a phone that I considered picking up. But when I saw the A70, I was like, oops, I got to pull back on it. But the A70 is pretty much the same phone, from what I understand. The A70 is pretty much the same phone. Other than that, yeah. Yeah, the mid-range game, R-Dog, is where it's at, man. That's where people are winning. I try to bring as much mid-range as possible. No one is saving money. They move you, spend more status. Yeah, no doubt. I have a tough time spending over 400. Man, say it again, R-Dog. I don't want to spend that much money, but the only advantage I have, and let's just be honest here, I'm doing tech reviews, so I'm getting profits from videos, and so that's why I'm doing it. But if in my personal life, no. I like subsidies. I like the phones were subsidized. Remember that? You pay like $150 or whatever, and then you just pay monthly for, you don't have to pay anything else on a phone. I like that, but I've already had a discussion on that. They tricked us into thinking that we're getting a good deal with this setup right now. They were basically killing us off. That's what they were doing. Tony Pazzo's in the house, y'all. I think if you tried out some of the S-Line features, okay, hold on a second. Yeah, no, Jahan, I use the S-Line. I buy every S-Line that comes out, but I got a reality check with the A-Line. The A-Line is a much better purchase. Yeah. I want an iPhone, Jay. Ronaldo says, hey, Jay, I want an iPhone. Should I wait for the iPhone 11? Nope. I think you should buy an iPhone now. Don't wait on the iPhone 11 because you're going to pay a lot of... Do you want a home button or do you not want a home button? If you want a home button, the iPhone 8 or 8 Plus, booyah. Best bang for your buck. HTC pretty much lost their entire mobile crew. They were actually I think they were bought out. A chunk of them were purchased by Google, right? Didn't that happen? Like Google went in and said, I'll take you, and you. I think they did something like that. Yeah. Here's an interesting comment from Tech Refresh. I like that, son. You and Timid Tech Reviews, man. Y'all got some names. I like that, man. Tech Refresh. Tech Refresh says, the Pixel A series gives me a hesitation. My thing said it's a hesitation. It says, give me a hesitation to buying the Pixel 4. I understand that. The 3A line is Google's answer to themselves. That's what they did. That's what Google did. Yep, that's what they did. Let's see. Just got my Samsung Galaxy A20 from Tex Twan B. It's my first Samsung phone, and I just started to love Samsung. Yeah, Samsung phones are hot, man. Yeah. What's good, fam? That's what Photo Project says. What's good, fam? He in front of his desk like that. What's up, fam? I see you, man. Jay Wills, what's your opinion on the Galaxy A80? Wow, I pretty much just talked about that. I guess you stepped away from the computer for a minute. I picked the Galaxy A70 over the Galaxy A80 because didn't want the moving parts, and it cost more. And I'm getting pretty much the same phone. Yeah. 2019 mid-range over 2017 flagship. Depends, but pretty much yes. Yeah. I would definitely take a newer model, quote-unquote, mid-range over a 2017 flagship. Yeah. Because that newer model mid-range might run faster or just as well as that 2017 flagship. Some people think that the Galaxy A70 with that, not the Galaxy A70, the Pixel 3a with the 670 processor runs badly. I don't know what phones they're using, but that phone runs like a champ. Yeah. People always ask me, why don't I buy an iPhone? This is from Kylo Ren and Stimpy. Why don't I buy an iPhone if I have the money to buy one? That's kind of silly. You might just want to save your money, or you prefer Android. I'm pretty sure there's a reason for that. That's weird that people are trying to force you to buy an iPhone. Best used iPhone for the first 14-year-old daughter. If she just has to have an iPhone, I understand that generation. I would say get them an iPhone 7 or a 6S. The 6S, you can get a killer deal and save a ton of money, and it still works like new. How do I know? Because that's what they got, 6Ss. Given Huawei's situation in the U.S., the government isn't fully resolved. Huawei is just a great company, period. And, if Huawei devices, imagine if the P30 was pushed respectfully over here in the U.S. like it should be. People wouldn't buy Samsungs or Apples. They wouldn't do it. At least the people who know what they're getting would choose Huawei over them, man. It's sad. It's sad. Okay, yeah, John, yeah. Google bought the majority of them. I thought so. I was on the S line for years, and the A50 showed me something different in value. Tana Solit is definitely right. I mean, I may test out the S line. I buy the S line every year. But if I'm recommending stuff to you, the A line is what Samsung will not. They bring in the A line, right? They're bringing the A20. The A50 is the highest they've brought, right? Is the A50 on carriers or anything like? Is the A50 even for sale in the U.S.? I don't think it's officially for sale on like carriers or anything like that. I know the A20 is and the A10 is. They're bringing them the lowest one possible to try to deter you from buying that over the Galaxy S line. They're not stupid. Some of us, we're gonna grab the A line for sure. I don't think the A50 is on carriers. Is the A50 on carriers? It's on Verizon. Okay, so it's on Verizon. And I think that's the top that they've done. But is Verizon pushing that phone over the Galaxy S line? Nope. They won't do it. And Sprint has the A50. Okay, so the A50 is official in the U.S. Okay. So here's a good one. Tech for your knees. Jay, what happened to the Galaxy, the Samsung J line? I don't know. I still have my J7. Boss mode, man. Super AMOLED 720p display. It's going good, man. The A50 on Verizon, $399. On Sprint, it's $350. The A50. Okay, so Tana got his from Xfinity Mobile. I don't know much about Xfinity Mobile, but so the A50 to me looks like that's where they're trying to play it safe. They're gonna play it safe with the A50. They don't want to steal any sales from the S line. They don't want to do it, man. They don't want to do it. It would just be bad, man. HTC U12 cameras or LG G8 cameras. U12 Plus. All day long. Front and rear. Over the G8. And you guys know, again, I talked about this earlier, you know how highly I rank the G8. The U12 Plus cameras, get out of here. It knocks the G8 off the rack. Not even trying. HTC produces some of the best cameras in the game, man. And they get no love because of the powers that be. Oh, Deepak, man, you got the A7. Okay, yeah, bro. Look, A70, smart choice. I'm not making any money by telling people to buy this. Just like when I started pushing when When I started pushing the Axon M, all of a sudden, boom, everybody started pushing the Axon M. However, I'm not making any money from that. I'm just trying to show love and show respect and love where it's due. And I felt like that phone didn't get a fair shake. And that's why I picked one up. I bought one, told you about it, and told you to do what you wanted to do. But the movement is real, son. And then the A70 movement, it's real. It's moving hard, son. It's moving. It's moving. I think the A line replaced the J line. It might have. I'm not sure. They stopped the J line for the A. Okay, there you go. So you guys are confirming it. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so you guys all kind of chimed in at the same time. So it looks like they replaced the J line with the A line, which is fine, man. Which is fine. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. I think I've been streaming long enough. Monday Smartphone News live. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is definitely a pleasure to kick it with you guys, man. And thanks for always taking time out of your day. It doesn't go unnoticed. Everybody who I didn't see you in the chat or I just didn't respond to your comment, I appreciate you still for coming in and chiming in and supporting the channel as always, man. Maybe I'll try to. I can't commit to doing Monday Smartphone News live every Monday. I know I used to do Smartphone News every Monday, and I was doing the recordings. But if anything, it would have to be live, man, because the news changes every few minutes, and there's always a lot going on. But I'm gonna hold it down, like John Crime says, and like I said, I'm participating in Veda. I'm just not labeling my videos Veda. I've put out a video every day consistently since the 1st at 12 p.m. And you will see that throughout the month of August, along with other videos and unboxings and discussions along the way. So it's your man Jay. If you haven't subscribed to my other car channel, hit the link in the description. You should see it down there somewhere. I think it's down there. It's just labeled my second channel. Yeah, I appreciate all the support from you guys, man. Let me put my channel in here real quick before I get out of here. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm totally serious. It's good to break away. You know what I'm saying? This is my breakaway time. Hopefully this new webcam did well. I got this for review. I normally use my Logitech when I need to. But hopefully this new webcam held its own. It should have been 1080p at 60 frames per second. I checked it and it is. I've been told that it's kind of crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like people say it's crispy. Like Krispy Kremes. So I hope you guys totally enjoy the live stream, man. I'm getting my channel real quick to the car channel. Here it is right here. I'll post it down in the chat, and you guys feel free to go over if you want to. If not, I appreciate your support over here. It's your man Jay. That's my second channel. And hopefully I can keep this thing going as long as I'm able to, man. I appreciate it. I just got my notification to do a live stream. But I did it, folks. Doing a live stream, folks. I got notifications for things. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, man. I am out of here, and now I have to go back over to OBS and stop the stream. So, where's OBS? Got stuff everywhere. You should see my desk. This is what a real YouTuber's desk should look like. Just stuff everywhere. It should be. You should have like phones all over the place, and whatever you review, it should be like at least 7, 8 of them on your desk at all times. You guys are awesome, man. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Wait, radio voice on the way out. So I appreciate you guys joining me today in Monday Smartphone News. This is Jay Williams, and I am signing out. God bless.